Welcome. We're going to read from this book. It's called Wintering: The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Katherine May. And I'm reading this book because I find myself at a time where I am trying to intentionally slow down and rest because my body has let me know that it's time to slow down and rest. I am a type A, oldest daughter. When difficult things are happening in your life, whether or not you're an overproductive, like type A kind of person, you probably notice yourself being forced to slow down and rest. So I want to read this passage because this was kind of a reflection of what I've been experiencing in my own life, where this woman, the author Katherine May, has had like a mystery illness, and she's just been required to take a sabbatical from her work by her doctor. And she's just reflecting on how much of nothing she's doing. Like, she's resting, she's meditating, not working, and how that is so much of a struggle for her. All this time is an unfathomable luxury, and I'm struck by the uncomfortable feeling that I'm enjoying it a little too much. Perhaps there is nothing wrong with me at all. Perhaps this is all a fantasy that I've concocted in my desperation to leave my job. I know that I would certainly be making more of a heroic show of concern for my abandoned post were I not mentally already out the door. This passage stuck out to me because I'm at a point in my business where things are really kicking off and growing, and at the same time I'm dealing with some very heavy personal, emotional things and wanting to slow down, wanting to take time to rest for myself, and generally being more exhausted more often than not by all of it, and how there's this push and pull between building my business, working in my business, bringing in new clients to support myself because this is my only source of income, versus wanting to take the time to slow down and reflect and reevaluate where I'm at in my life, like what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, how hard I'm pushing myself. I'm feeling this kind of push and pull between these two wants and desires, and how it feels wrong to take breaks, to take rest for myself intentionally. We could talk about how that is a product of living and growing up in a capitalist system that says that I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough unless I'm producing and I'm, feeding back into the economy and spending money. Trying to break away from that is like painful at times. It is challenging. It is really difficult work to rest. But rest is important, whether you are resting after something physically strenuous, and rest is also very important when you are recovering from something that is emotionally challenging and strenuous. And it's almost like running an emotional marathon every week. And how much time and peace and rest would you need to recover from that, in addition to if you were running a marathon every week, which I don't believe that is recommended. That is what I'm focusing on this week, and I want to encourage you to get on the wait list for mentorship, especially if you're a bookkeeper who is looking to find new clients. There will be a point in your business, if you are not intentionally building rest into your schedule, into your planning and systems, if you're not intentionally building rest into those systems, you will reach a point in your business, the same place that I'm at, where you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do anymore. I'm so tired. Like, I need to rest. I don't care what that means for anybody else. Like, I'm going to take time to rest. And if you have not worked on building a sustainable business, if you have not worked on building rest into your planning, you will wind up in quite the predicament with your business and with your life. And so inside mentorship, one of the things that we focus on is building rest and things like play and joy into our planning systems, and making time and space in our lives for these things, because they are just as important as all the other stuff. Get on the wait list for mentorship. If you're a bookkeeper that wants clients in 2026, we're going to enroll in the mentorship cohort for 2026 very soon. It's free to get on the wait list, and that link is in my profile.